I'm Nancy Rodering. I'm running for mayor of Highland Park. Just wanted to drop off some information, introduce myself, and ask for your vote on April 5th. Hi, Doggy. Have a great day. Nice to meet you. Thank you.
Thank you. I really appreciate you coming by.
Thanks. I just wanted to let you know that I'm running for mayor because I saw a need in our community to have a voice that was responsive to the residents in terms of setting the agenda and the course of the City Council. It seemed to me as though we'd sort of lost our direction. I wanted to just give you a little background about me and why I'm running for mayor. I grew up here and graduated from the high school. I went to Stanford for college and then Northwestern for business school. That's where I met my husband, but he wasn't quite ready to marry me when I asked him to marry me at business school. So I went to General Motors and worked on their treasurer staff. Great news, Rob Rotering caved, and we did get married in the middle of law school, and we did start a family, and we moved back to Highland Park. Because of the memories, and because of the people, and because of the lakefront, and because of just a very special feeling of people who like to be involved, like to share an opinion, value diversity, enjoy the arts. There are so many different facets to this community. Part of what I've been looking at is how we interact with different government bodies, the schools, the parks, the township, and just looking at ways that we can work better together. We're not coordinating what our long-term debt needs are going to be. We're not coordinating what our plans are going forward. We need to work better together. We need to communicate across government lines to make sure that we're still doing the best job for everybody. At this point, we've sort of crept into a number of areas that are fun, that are exciting, but may not necessarily speak to the real purpose of why city government exists. One of the other issues that came up has been the use of reserves. There have been 3 years of deficit budgets passed through, and when I've asked quietly, not even in open session, quietly, is this a trend we want to continue? I've been told I'm disrespecting the finance director. Locally, you need to have people who are going to ask the questions and who are going to say, this isn't right. One of the things I did last year was I sat down with the city manager and the finance director. We literally sat down and restructured the funds within the budget to make sure that we had the absolute concrete must-dos and tied them to our absolutely secure funding, which is property taxes. And then let's look at the rest of this and see what it is that really maybe can be put on hold, that can be done a different way, done a little more efficiently, shared with other government bodies and so on, and use that as a way to approach our budget. If you step back and you say, where are we spending our money? Movie theaters or water mains? You know, it just sort of didn't make sense to me. The movie theater, to me, just wasn't planned out well. For months and months and months, I kept asking for financial information, and finally it started to come through, and it just looked to me as though the costs were not necessarily being covered by the revenues of the ticket sales and the concessions. After about a year of looking at this, I asked the council and said, you know, what is our timeline for deciding what we're going to be doing with this theater? We all love it. We have good memories of going there as kids and seeing cartoons, and it's a neat building. So one of the things that we've been talking about is, you know, what else is out there? Now is the time to open up the process and see what we can really do with this theater. We have 9 shopping districts. It's not just the Central Business District, there are 9. You know, when I was growing up, Ravinia had a grocery store and a gas station and a hardware store. I think for a lot of people, their neighborhood areas need more of an economic piece of attention. Part of my concern is the zoning and the land use regulation and the whole process, really, of opening a new business in town. I would like to see more of a universal approach and more of a coordinated approach. Because at the end of the day, if you have a thriving business area, then you have a thriving community. It gives people something to do, a place to go, things to bring them together, but it also helps with the bottom line and brings in more revenue. And that lessens the burden on all of us. Thank you. Thanks. Okay. I'm tired of listening to me talk.